Welcome back, fans of the 1/6 collecting cult. Travelling to the depths of 80s popcorn cinema with Caustic Plastic and his Chuck Norris from Missing in Action.
Un rincón en la red que te va a fascinar. Kabuto Toys, un viaje sin final. Escala 1 a 6 con un brillo genial. Heroes y villanos en un mundo inmortal. Kabuto Toys, la magia del detalle.
Missing in Action is a Cannon Films production released in 1984 and starring action legend Chuck Norris. It is set against the backdrop of the Vietnam War. Colonel Braddock, who escaped from a Vietnamese prisoner camp 10 years earlier, returns to Vietnam to find American soldiers listed as missing in action during the war. This saga had 2 sequels filled with the adrenaline and fascism that reigned in the United States in the 1980s. This deluxe edition comes in a box with images of the figure and graphics reminiscent of the Vietnamese jungle. Caustic Plastic offers us this version in its quest to revive pop culture. Once we remove the dust jacket, we find the figure behind a display window. Inside, on 2 levels, we find the figure and all its accessories. And let's analyse the accessories that aren't included with the figure. We begin with a brochure that explains the figure's production time and its artists. We find a limited edition of 1,000 pieces worldwide. We begin with these binoculars made with great detail and articulated. I like the texture of the plastic. This wire cutting tool gives me the impression that it's not moving in the right direction. I'm no expert, but it doesn't seem that way to me. A fairly simple clock. 6 gloved hands. A gloved hand is missing, allowing for a different display and more options. 2 rubber explosives, 2 with their detonators. Very good detail and paintwork. Removable magazines for the weapons. Note that they even have bullet detailing. A military flashlight would have been nice if it were functional, like the one included with the new Indiana Jones figure from Hot Toys, which we'll be reviewing very soon at Kabuto Toys. More ammo for the weapon. A padded military backpack that I really like, even though it shows signs of wear. This M16A1 rifle has very good detail. Although it's plastic, the paintwork makes us think it's metal. This is the most striking weapon, an M60 machine gun with many moving parts. It's a bit flimsy, you have to handle it very carefully, risking breaking small pieces. The trigger guard broke on me one of the times I tried it out. Luckily, it's practically imperceptible. And finally, the base, which I don't like. I think it's a very strange design for this figure, and the magnetic base isn't as strong as other models from the same company. I don't know if the problem is the base or the figure's shoes. And this is the imposing figure. I love the body they chose, very muscular and just like you'd imagine the actor to be. Let's analyse the head sculpt. Chuck Norris is definitely there. I like the range of nuances they applied to the hair and beard. not leaving it uniform but terribly natural. As for the paint, it's out of this world. The nuances in the skin and the dark circles under the eyes are incredible. Caustic Plastic continues to demonstrate that heads are their forte, thanks to artists like Dario Barbera and Inigo Gil, icons of the collecting world and two of the greats. No objections whatsoever regarding the joints, they're correct. The costume work is outstanding, with the military-style clothing having been given a very cool wear and tear. The extra details and accessories on the uniform are also very cool. Four stars for a figure that, while not one of Caustic's best, is certainly above average among its competitors. It's a figure that reminds me a lot of DI'd due to its military detailing, but this one stands out for its sculpting. Caustic Plastic is a company I can't stop praising. I think it's terribly brave and risky in its themes and offerings, focusing on a much more niche audience, far removed from blockbusters. In a way, it's also a thoughtful decision. We have to recognise that the 50-something audience these figures are aimed at also has greater purchasing power than the young people who watch Avengers. I'm very excited to think that this company's next licenses are Evil Dead or The Exorcist. Especially of the latter, we have little to nothing in the 1/6 scale. And that's it for today's video. If you want us to continue analysing this type of content, support us by subscribing, liking and leaving your opinions in the comments box. And remember that we're also very present on social media. I'll leave all the links in the description of this video. Friends of Collecting 1/6, health and luck.